Once upon a time, in a small village in India, there lived a young man named Siddhartha Gautama. He was born into a wealthy family and was pampered with all the luxuries of life. However, he was not satisfied with his life and was constantly searching for the truth. One day, he decided to leave his family and the comforts of his home to become a wandering ascetic. He traveled far and wide, seeking the answers to his questions. He learned from many teachers, but none of them could provide him with the answers he sought. After many years of wandering, he decided to sit under a Bodhi tree and meditate until he found the truth. He meditated for days on end, and finally, on the full moon night of May, he attained enlightenment. He became known as the Buddha, which means the enlightened one. One day, a man came to the Buddha and asked him, "Master, why is it that some people are happy and some are unhappy?" The Buddha replied, "It is because people are attached to things that are impermanent. They cling to things that will eventually bring them pain and suffering. Happiness comes from within, not from external things." The man then asked the Buddha, "Master, how can I find happiness?" The Buddha said, "You can find happiness by following the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path consists of right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration." The man was impressed by the Buddha's teachings and decided to follow the Eightfold Path. He became a disciple of the Buddha and learned from him for many years. One day, the man asked the Buddha, "Master, why do we suffer?" The Buddha replied, "We suffer because of our desire and attachment. We desire things that are impermanent and attach ourselves to them. When we lose them, we suffer. The only way to end suffering is to let go of our desire and attachment." The man then asked, "Master, what is the purpose of life?" The Buddha replied, "The purpose of life is to end suffering and attain enlightenment. We must strive to follow the Eightfold Path and develop wisdom, compassion, and love. Only then can we attain true happiness." The man was grateful for the Buddha's teachings and continued to follow the Eightfold Path. He meditated and practiced mindfulness, and eventually, he too attained enlightenment. Moral of the story of the Buddha teaches us that true happiness comes from within and not from external things. We must let go of our desire and attachment to things that are impermanent and focus on developing wisdom, compassion, and love. By following the Eightfold Path, we can end our suffering and attain true happiness.